Grand Rising. You other nations have been talking about how you were never going to have to pay. You were never going to have to pay. You were going to be able to say, I'm sorry, God got me, white Jesus got me. But that's not the case. As you can see, your society's already turned upside down. And now we're getting these, Gentiles trying to make these videos talking about how I'm sorry, black people. We deserved your, we should have respected you. We should have listened to you. We're sorry. You can keep your sorries. We're not here to accept I'm sorries anymore. I'm sorry with no action means absolutely nothing at this point. Acknowledging what you've done to us in the past with no actions to try to fix it means absolutely nothing to us. You weren't sad or sorry when you were getting the dainties. You weren't sad or sorry when you were enjoying the fruits of our labor and our lands. All of that you took willingly and you've enjoyed it. Now I'm going to show you a little something from Revelation 18. Take a look here. Now, as you can see, Revelation 18:14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Now look, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. When did you guys lust for the fruits of our lands? Forever. When our lands were cut off from you. When you were only on the three parts and we were bringing our goods and selling them over there in the three parts, you saw them, you enjoyed them, and you always lusted to have your hands on our goods, our fruits, our lands, and all of that. That is a very telling point. Like all of prophecy, it was revolving around the fourth part. It's all revolving around you getting your opportunities to rule and reign on the fourth part. And and all of you guys working together to come together and search for your your best life. All right there. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. You are getting evicted and cut off from the fourth part. That is what this is all about. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. So you people are getting your opportunity to get the hell up off our lands. If you get stuck when everything just gets cut off and everything else, you are going to be in a world of hurt. So, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by the sea, are far off, right? And they're gonna cry. But look, again, everything is about shipping. Everything is about, these ships, and that's how they've been made rich, by coming and getting our resources and shipping them all over the world. That's what they did with our people. They came to our lands and they shipped us all over the world. They shipped our people as commodities, as slaves, from the fourth part all over. Then you also took our resources and shipped them all over the place. And that is why the people who make all this money, these merchants, are crying, because they know that they're not going to be able to have their opportunity to control these lands or their resources anymore. So when you're looking at all these prophecies, look at them from the perspective of the fourth part, them coming here, them getting opportunity to rule and reign for a time, and then being cut off. That's what is going on right now. You guys have already been cut off spiritually. You get no energy, you get no spirit, you get no understanding whatsoever from the Holy Spirit. Now we're going to look at 19. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. When have everybody been made rich off of Ish in the so-called Middle East? That is a welfare state. No one's getting rich from anything from Ish and that little strip of desert in the so-called Middle East. So that they're, like I said, showing you, again, being surrounded by their brothers, the Arabs, them working together to make it seem like they were fighting each other and whatever else. That is not where people were made rich. They were made rich off of what they did in the fourth part. So again, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For 1 hour is she made desolate. You guys all made your money off of the Americans, and you spend all these people coming over here to chase their American dream. And again, you thought you could get your American dream for free? What is free in this world? What has ever been free? We just come on over and take and take and take, and you never have to pay. There's no such thing. Everyone has to pay, and now you're gonna have to pay. But take a look at 20. This is where white Jesus is not going to save you. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. The Most High is avenging the blood that has been shed. Our people's blood has been shed all over the world. That is what you're seeing right now. So white Jesus is not going to save you. Now, people are trying to now all of a sudden, try to make amends. But again, making amends and apologies with no effort and is not going to mean anything. I'm gonna play a quick little video right here. What we're looking for is 1,000 years, not just an apology. We're looking for 1,000 years.
I can honestly say that I truly appreciate the Black community and being in support of understanding what the Asian community is going through. Mainly because we don't deserve your kindness. Like, we don't deserve the amount of gratitude, the moral support, the kindness that you have provided us on all levels of platform when it comes to being so relatable. Simply because of all of the racist shit that you guys have endured from our community in its own. You don't deserve it, because even coming from a family of immigrants, like, for our family to come here to the States and to either piggyback, hop on, ignoring all of those things and not acknowledging a problem of us being racist to Black Americans, but immigrating from a whole nother country and then just developing a whole racist mindset because of what white Americans have planted is freaking insane. So we don't deserve your guys' kindness. We don't deserve this. So when I say that I'm truly appreciative, and I really do admire the amount of support that we have been getting, I truly mean it. For a while now, I understood that even for myself, that I have appropriated Black culture, and however that may look, right? As simply as being given permission from some of my Black friends to use the N-word, to talking, dressing, and just really trying to find a way to be actually...
I don't know which Black friends you got that would have let you use the N-word, but whatever. You're right. You don't deserve, our gratitude. I don't give any gratitude. I don't give. That is not what I'm here for. Okay? You just admitting right now that you knew that you were, going with the white people, hating us and everything else, and thinking that you can say, well, we don't deserve, your guys' is actually forgiveness. And you're right. You don't. And for the people who've actually in this truth, we're not here to give you forgiveness. We're here to give you the truth. And the truth is that it's not going to be as easy as an I'm sorry. It's not, I don't care what your blassel friends say. Your blassel friends have nothing to do with this truth. If they're not coming out the book, the other books, if you're not admitting that we're not Black people, if you're still admitting that you think we're African American, you're not admitting that these are our lands, then you're still playing the game. You're still, cosplaying, you're still faking the funk. I said you're still wanting to come to this realization on your own terms. You will not be getting any forgiveness from us. That time is done. Cleaving is the only thing that you have the option to do. Besides that, I can care less what these other people are telling you. They're wrong, and you just saying I'm sorry with no actual effort is wrong as well. Shalom.